We spoke on the phone for the first time 3.5 months ago. My friend Claire that signed up, she lives in the UK. She sent me a message and said, Chris, I urgently need you to speak to a friend of mine, Warren. We've known each other for many years. Warren cannot walk. He spends most of his time in the wheelchair. I know you're going to connect with him. Please, can you phone him? I spoke to Warren on the Friday afternoon. We spoke on the phone for about half an hour. We just connected. And I said, Warren, we've got a presentation in Bryanston tomorrow morning. Can you attend? He said, yes, I'll be there. I got there a little bit later, and I'm going to let Warren tell his story of how he became pain-free after 1,854 days of pain, 24 hours a day, and how this man's life has completely transformed. Warren, my brother, where are you? Where is Warren? There you are. My brother, thank you. There we go. Thank you.
So I'm a little bit nervous. There's a lot of people here, but let me just get straight into it. So life can change like that, for the better or for the worse, and that's exactly what happened to me. I had the most incredible life. I was a rock climber. I climbed everything, everywhere, from wherever, Cape Town, Rebecca-Castile, Namibia, Cedarburg, everything, anywhere there was rock that could possibly kill you, that's where I would want to spend my day. And my whole life revolved around climbing. I was basically a professional climber, not that it gave me a great income, but it was what I wanted to do. It's all I did. And my life changed like that. 29th of April 2019, I woke up in the morning, 7 o'clock, I had a home invasion, and one of the guys shot me. I got shot through the groin, through here. The bullet came out halfway between my bum and my lower knee. I had partial paralysis from here down to the knee and total paralysis from the knee down to my foot. I ended up bedridden and in a wheelchair for the first 15 months. I lost my house, my car, my job, my dog, my absolute everything, and I had to relocate back to my mother, where I could get 24 hours attention a day. At the 9th or 10th month mark, my pain was off the charts. It was indescribable, and it was off the Richter scale. I would go to doctors, and they would say me, tell me about your level of pain between level of 1 to 10. I would crack up laughing. I'd say, mine's not on a level of 1 to 10. Mine's 100,000,000 out of 10. It's beyond. I was on a list of drugs that was absolutely horrifying. Pethidine, morphine, DF118, Targinact, Tramoset, Lyrica, which made me mental, fentanyl patches, Ocoxia, Cataflam, Stopain, Pain Stop, just everything that you could imagine. I'd been for hypnotherapy twice to try and shut my brain off and tell me that I wasn't in pain. I woke up from the hypnotherapy, and the lady that had given me the hypnotherapy treatment, her mouth was wide open. I told her some story about my past life or whatever, but no pain stop whatsoever. I saw the best doctors in South Africa, the one that treated Joost van der Westhuizen when he was dying from motor neuron disorder, Dr. Jody Pearl. I went to every top specialist in this country, and none of them had any good news for me. Just another drug to go away with, wasn't helping at all. And at the 9th or 10th month mark, I decided that was it. The pain in my left leg was so great that I wanted to have the leg chopped off. I went to the Linksfield Park Clinic, and I begged Dr. Julius Preddy to chop my leg off right then and there. He refused. I cursed him. I said, it says surgeon on your door there, and this is surgery now. Chop this leg off today, right now. Get it off. And he gave me even more bad news. He said, I will chop that leg off, but you are still going to come in here and complain about pain in your foot. All amputees have this condition. It's called phantom pain. No pretty picture. There is no known medical cure. I decided then, well, if there's no medical known cure for this, and I'm saddled with back pain as well, I had shattered my sacrum. I'd herniated the discs between L5, S1, and S2. I had nerve entrapment, and my back was messed, and my left leg was messed. I said to my mother, that's it, we're going to Zurich, Dignitas Clinic. I'm doing an assisted suicide. I'm not going on another minute. I'm done. Which shattered my family because I'm actually her pride and joy. My brother's the CEO of a company, but he's boring. My younger brother swims the English Channel. He's even more boring. He just buries his face in the water and swims. And I'm her life and soul. And I'd convinced her to accompany me to Zurich. We booked to go to Zurich in March 2020 to do the assisted suicide. And then COVID broke, and I couldn't get to Zurich. So I decided I would kill myself. I had no firearm, and I started Googling best way to die: gas yourself in the car, hang yourself in a tree, save all the medication, the opiates, eat it with a sleeping pill one night. I just wanted to die. And I had some miracle breakthrough with the phantom pain in my left leg. And I got back from this alternative treatment in Clarence, and my mother said, how's your pain? I said, it's gone. She said, I'm elated. I said, not such good news. Now I can feel the weight of the pain on my right leg. At that stage, I had, after 15 months, managed to get out of the wheelchair because this leg was kind of healed, or not healed, pain-free, and I ended up with a Zimmer walker. It's like a Harley-Davidson handlebar with 4 wheels on it, a seat and a brake. And I hated it as much as I hated my walking chair, my wheelchair. I couldn't go into a shopping center. I used to wake up in the morning and walk around the house like this until I got on a yoga mat or Nanette gave me a massage. Nanette used to put my socks on, my shoes on, and tie my shoelaces. I used to have to be lowered in the bath, pulled out the bath. I couldn't stand in the shower. I couldn't get in and out of a chair without some kind of assistance. I couldn't work. And this pain in my back gradually got worse and worse and worse. Eventually, I had surgery, foraminotomy, partial discectomy, a laminectomy, and a spinal fusion, 5 weeks in the general hospital. When I left the hospital, the doctor said to me, you're always going to have pain. Your back is a write-off. It's a mess. And I thought, I don't know if I can live with that. I'm 58 years old. I'll probably die at 70. That's just how many years of hell. I'm not going to make it. And it wore me down. My weight had plummeted from 70 kilos to 49 kilograms. I was the dead living. And 4 months ago, I decided I'm done. The landlord was doing some repairs to his house. There was a ladder there. Nanette had a climbing rope still lying in the cupboard. I decided I was going to hang myself. As soon as she went out one Saturday morning, I was going to hang myself. So I started Googling how to try a hangman's knot, and she found me Googling this hangman's knot and absolutely cracked up and told me it wasn't an option, find another solution. I phoned my friend Claire Tucker in London. I said to her, Claire, I'm phoning to say goodbye. I am done. I'm checking out. I'm tapping out. She said to me, Warren, try these patches. She showed me this LifeWave patch, and I started laughing. I said, this is the size of a 20-cent piece. I need something massive. She said, Warren, this is miraculous. Bang, the word miracle. That's what I need. I needed a miracle. Okay, I'd had every bit of conventional medicine, doctor's treatment, imaginal, nothing worked for me. Here she mentioned this magic patch. Miracle patch. I said, I'll try it. I got in touch with Chris, went to a patch party, walked into the patch party like this. I wanted to cancel. I was in so much pain. Sandy, she's here as well somewhere. I'm sure she put a patch on me. I went and sat down in the chair in the front. The presentation started. And guess what? One patch, 1 minute, wonder. I was sitting in the chair and I had no pain. And I started shifting around in the chair to think if I could recreate the pain. I couldn't. The presentation finished. Nanette stood up to pull me out of the chair like a geriatric, and I said, stand back. I can do this. And I stood out of the chair. For the first time in my life, I was mobile. And then I took a walk around the garden, Jan's garden, quite a big garden. I said, I want to go for a walk. It was the first time in 1,854 days that I had my hands free, not in a wheelchair, not on a wheelie walker or walking stick. I came straight back into that room. I said to Chris, take my money. The last 3,000 rand in my bank account, I said, take my money. I'm convinced. And the rest is history, guys. 1 hour later, I had a 90% relief. The following morning, we woke up at 8 o'clock, and Annette said to me, what do you want to do today? Usually it would be go to my mother's house, cry, sleep, lie, writhe, wriggle on her couch on the floor, watch some arbitrary rubbish on the telly. I said to her, take me rock climbing. I've waited 5 years for this day that I could go and climb on rocks again. I said, right now, out of bed, let's go rock climbing. She thought I was tripping. She thought I'd eaten all my medicine. She looked at me, her mouth fell over. She said, what did you say? I said, rock climbing. Now, let's go. Waste no time. I've been climbing every second day of my life. My weight has gone from 49 kilograms to 62 kilograms. It's on the way up. I need to sell more patches. I'm eating us out of house and home. I'm like on a seafood diet. If I see food, I just want to eat it. And I want to finish because my time's up. I just want to say that it's such a privilege to be here in front of all of you people speaking about LifeWave. I think it's the most cutting-edge, avant-garde, important medical product of the century. David Schmidt, who I've never met in my life, is my absolute hero. Reinhold Mester used to be, Chris Bonington. These are climbers. Absolutely, they were my heroes. My hero, David Schmidt, wherever you are in the world, thank God that God put you on the earth. You saved my life. And you too, Chris.